Welcome back to Movement Monday. Today we're going to target our hips, hip mobility, and specifically hip flexion, all right? Who has tight hip flexors? Raise your hand. Everyone's hands should be raised. We sit all day at desks, we sit all day in our car. When we're doing sports and athletic activities, we're probably in a nice athletic stance. Our hip flexors live short, all right? So it's not uncommon to be tight through here, especially as we start to try and fully extend that hip. So it's very common to see the hip flexors light up as lacking mobility on the KAMS assessment. Today we're going to hit one of the most classic hip flexor stretches of all time. It's known as the couch stretch, your hip flexor stretch, 800 other names. We're going to get Cody to come out here and show you how it's done. So I'm going to recommend that you have a pad for your knee, or you can do it on the couch, which is why it's called the couch stretch, because that's a soft surface. Now, before we go ahead and actually do this stretch, one of the common faults I see here, go ahead and bend at your hips for me, turn your butt off, right? Is people lean forward as far as they can, thinking they're stretching that hip, right? If your butt isn't turned on and you're not locked out through your hip, you're actually not getting a hip flexor stretch at all. I see so many people who are able to go, hey, I can get my chest to the floor in this position, but they're hinked at their hip, so they're not getting any hip stretch. So we want to make sure that Cody is squeezing her glutes. She's actually driving her pelvis forward here, so she's already should have a little bit of an active stretch in the front of her hip flexor, especially if she's tight. So from here, we're going to do two things. We're going to start to lean our body weight forward as we get that stretch in the hip. Now to take this to the next level, we're now going to bring this foot up behind us. If you're like me and you have tight hamstrings and you struggle with this, you can actually use a band to provide a little bit of traction there. Right? So key here, right, is to lift up as high as comfortable, right, and push forward as far as comfortable, all making sure that you're nice and tight through your glutes. You're pressing that pelvis forward. Now this is a nice passive stretch. Okay, we're going to hold this for about 20 seconds. Relax, come back. Do it a few times. Do it until you feel like you've made change. You should feel that your hip flexors are a little looser and you're feeling a little more like you have better movement through there. Go ahead and do that on each side. You can probably do this one every single day and you'd still probably have tight hips, but retest KAMS and see if you can make that hip mobility issue disappear.